Hi, this is my best effort video to try and help you solve the EH03 fault on the Midea portable air conditioner, the 12K dual hose one. It's MAP14AHS1TWT. The first thing I want to tell you is that the chances are, like me, the only thing that's failed is this 310 volts DC brushless DC motor. There's the specs on the screen. Please look and see which one you have before you spend good money. This one cost me around about 65 bucks. Now, if you have this EH03 error, it could be a capacitor. I doubt it. From my own research around the web, this seems to be the big problem, this motor, but it's very, very difficult to get out. And to do this repair, you will break parts, but there are so many screws inside this, my dear. First thing I did was I took the elephant's trunk off the back. So I was able to see that this large fan, the exterior fan, was working. In fact, everything was working except the interior fan, the upper fan inside the slots. And the way I tested this was simply by shoving a metal coat hanger down inside. The impeller moved freely, but no response to electricity. We'll settle this right now. The front cannot come off first. The back must come off before you can get the front off. Here is me checking the voltages, and the open circuit voltages are red to black 315 volts, yellow to black 6 volts, and white to black 15 volts or thereabouts. Now the back of the unit must come off first because the front of the unit has two very difficult to get to screws. They are connected to the top control panel, and I had to sort of finagle both of my hands, middle finger pushing up on a stubby Phillips and the other one sort of one index finger, one thumb. Very difficult to get the screw on the left hand side and right hand side off. There are so many screws, I won't bother pointing them all out to you. You can find them yourself. But yeah, it's a pig to take this unit apart. Now, it was very difficult to get the cowling, the ducting off the upper impeller. You can see me struggling with it here. In the end, although I was able to find all the screws, some of these clips would not come undone, and I broke 2 of them. But don't worry about that. There are so many screws, it will go back together ultimately. Here you can see the motor is in the end, and as I said earlier on, it's this particular motor. You should double check that you're buying the same one. So I ordered the new motor, and here it is, just checking it's the same sizes. I didn't need to switch over anything. What I did do though was I connected it up just to double check it would come on. Obviously I isolated once again, and here is where things get very difficult. The ducting will not go back on if the impeller is already in the machine. Become familiar with this white clip, this bearing on the left hand side in my left hand just now. You will get to know this very intimately because again, it's a stinker trying to get this thing to fit. First thing I'll tell you is that the only way to make this work at all is actually to have the impeller in the ducting, in the cowling, not in the machine, because the cowling will not go on easily. Now I've speeded this up. This really did take hours. Now, I really don't know what the designers were thinking, because this machine has not been put together in such a way that it's easy to repair. Underneath here in the dark part, there is a post sticking up. Here is the post. It's in the way. It's like it's been put there to sabotage us. It's just crazy. And there are also 2 feet that I'm pointing at here and here. Now, amazingly, I finally was able to get it together, and here's what happened when I energized it. to say. Took it apart, and inside we can see where the impeller has been crashing against this lower lip in the cowling or ducting. I inspected it, had a look to see that there is a lip there, and this was sitting apparently on top of the lip. The problem is these. There are two pairs of little feet that are supposed to go underneath that lip. And plus, these posts are meant to go straight down. So essentially, in order to make the cowling fit, it has to move horizontally while simultaneously going vertically down. A bit like sticking your leg down a narrow hole and then trying to walk forward without breaking your leg. In other words, it's impossible. Bad design from Midea. So what I did was I cut off these four little guides, started again, and lo and behold, the cowling did go on, fitted beautifully, and therefore I was able to start reassembling the Midea unit. Here we are again with my little stubby Phillips screwdriver. Yeah, trying to fit the front of the unit on. Very difficult to do, takes a while. A lot of patience. Essentially I was using my middle finger to push the Phillips screwdriver upwards and my right hand index finger and thumb to turn it. Took quite a while, as you can see. Did the same on the other side as well. Don't forget to position the USB Wi-Fi dongle and the exterior thermostat. Trying to fit the back of the unit on, and unfortunately it's another one of these situations where you're trying to move it in the vertical direction and horizontal direction simultaneously. And of course it won't go. Fantastic, it's broken one of the drain mounts off. So here we are now, several hours later after the epoxy glue is set. This time I have put the unit down on its front. Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult because I've got to get this over the top of this. And again, it takes quite a while to get the thing to go back together again. It just doesn't fit very easily. So folks, I'm pretty fed up with Midea. I only got 3.5 months use out of this before it failed. But of course, I'd owned it for 13 months. And so, of course, Midea refused to give me any warranty service. But what was particularly upsetting was the 40-minute wait to get through in the telephone to a so-called expert, and the expert knew less about air conditioners than I do. Wasn't familiar with the unit, wasn't familiar with how it worked, kept asking me quite ridiculous questions, and ultimately the advice was they'd give me the name for a local engineer who could come and fix it for me at my own cost. He also promised to call me back, and of course he never did. So no thanks to Midea at all. Nevertheless, I do hope that watching this video will help you solve your EH03 fault on your Midea portable air conditioner. Take care.